Project EXIP. We can simply introduce EXIP as the latest generation of internet. Yes, this is not just another app or a website, but this is a new internet which is much more safer and much more reliable than the internet which we use at the moment. So the core of the EXIP internet is its domain name system. So this domain name system uses blockchain as its underlying technology, and which forms a decentralized internet which has no central monitor. So before we start talking about Project EXIP, let's take a look at the problems of current internet. Most of us think that the current internet is a decentralized network, and we think that no one is controlling the current internet. But the reality is different. So the entire internet is controlled by these two organizations, ICANN and INR. These two organizations are under the government of USA. So the domain name system of the current internet is actually controlled by these two organizations. So which means the actual ownership of all the domains which we use at the moment are not actually with us, but with these two organizations. So with this, these two organizations get an enormous power to influence the information systems of other countries. So this is a major threat for the privacy of other countries. Some of the countries like China, Iran and North Korea have identified this threat and have developed their own domain name systems, but still there is no global solution for this issue. So Project EXIP is exactly going to address this issue. So let's summarize the issues with this centralized internet which we use at the moment. Firstly, this internet does not provide sufficient privacy for our information because there is a central party always. Therefore, there is no guarantee that our information are not going to be misused. Secondly, as we already know, websites in the current internet are getting hacked every day. So this is a major vulnerability in the prevailing internet. And thirdly, so we know that we are not going to own any domains in the current internet. The true owners of these domains are actually these two organizations, ICANN and INR. So what we do as buying a domain is actually reserving a domain for a limited period of time. So we have to reserve the same domain again after the expiration of this limited period of time. So there is always a party controlling this internet, so which is the cause for all the vulnerabilities, and because of that we have various internet security threats. So these are the issues actually EXIP is going to address. So let's take a look at what Project EXIP is. As I mentioned before, Project EXIP is not just another app or a website. This is an ecosystem. So simply, Project EXIP is a blockchain-based decentralized internet which has no central monitor. So this is an all-in-one solution, and it provides a browser, domain name system, domain reservation system and specific hosting services. So EXIP is going to reduce the cost of domains drastically. As we already know, to reserve a domain in the prevailing domain reservation system we have to pay every year an annual fee. But with EXIP, you have to only pay a one-time fee to own a domain for your entire lifetime. Also, with the NFT based technology, or we call it non-fungible token technology, so domain transferability of EXIP has become much more easier. So you must be already knowing, if you are familiar with domains, to transfer a domain from one party to another party, it takes a considerable amount of time and it has to go through a long procedure. But with Project EXIP, you can transfer your domain within few seconds with the NFT technology. And Project EXIP promises you the highest privacy that an internet could offer. And with EXIP, your websites are not hackable anymore. And finally, the best thing is, with EXIP, you can even buy top level domains. This has not been there in the history ever. So let's understand what a top level domain is in the next slide. As you see in this chart, a top level domain is basically the last phrase of this entire web address. So as you can see in this chart, the top level domain is .com. So there are top level domains like .com, .org, .edu, .uk, .lk. So these TLDs cannot be purchased in a regular domain reservation system. But with EXIP, people will be allowed to buy TLDs simply as they buy domain names. So let's understand the evolution of internet with Project EXIP. So let's compare the prevailing domain name system with the EXIP domain name system. So the prevailing domain name system is centralized and it is so much vulnerable. And EXIP domain name system is fully decentralized and it's actually run by the community. So in the prevailing domain name system, users will not become the owners of domains as we discussed before. But with Project EXIP, users will be the owners of domains. And in the prevailing system, you have to pay for your domains every year. But with EXIP, you have to pay only once for the domains you buy. So in the prevailing system, you cannot buy top level domains, but in EXIP you can buy top level domains conveniently. And prevailing system, websites are hackable, but in EXIP system the websites are not hackable anymore. And privacy is always at a risk in the prevailing system, but your privacy is secured with EXIP system. So let's take a look at the components of this entire EXIP ecosystem. Firstly, the core of the project is the domain name system of EXIP. Then there is a domain reservation system. This actually has already been launched in March 2021. And the third element is the EXIP browser, which is expected to be launched in May 2021. And EXIP tokens. This is basically a cryptocurrency which can be used to buy EXIP domains. This will be offered to the market starting from May 2021. And finally, the hosting services to host these EXIP domains. So these are the 5 major elements of this entire EXIP ecosystem. So let's talk a bit about the EXIP token. So EXIP token is actually a cryptocurrency as bitcoins. So you can use EXIP tokens to buy EXIP domains at a lower price, and EXIP tokens will be released to the market starting from May this year, and the total number of tokens to be issued to the market is 2.1 million number of tokens, and the total issue value of these tokens is 29.25 million USD. Adding more value to these tokens, EXIP is going to stake the EXIP token holders with a revenue share of the company. So now you are considering a business opportunity to invest. So basically, then you need to have an understanding about the business strategies of the business that you are going to invest. So let's talk about the business strategies of project EXIP. So pricing, as we have already discussed, pricing is going to play a key role in project EXIP. So as we already know, unlike in prevailing domains, EXIP is going to charge only a one-time fee from the domains they sell. So this is going to generate a huge competitive advantage for EXIP domains in the market. At the same time, there will be an extensive marketing campaign for project EXIP to grab the market very soon. And the unique technology used by EXIP is going to add more competitive advantage to EXIP domains and basically to EXIP internet. And there will be a strong customer support system to support the new users of this new internet, so which is going to be an essential element of this project. And the community friendliness of this project is going to make this a popular ecosystem in the world very soon, because this project is actually run by the community on behalf of the community. So then let's take a look at the project implementation timeline. So the first phase of this project has already been launched, which is the domain reservation system. This launch took place in March 2021, and the next milestone of the project is launching the browser and launching and commencing the initial token offering, which is expected to take place in May 2021. And by July 2021, we are planning to launch multi-cloud hosting facilities for EXIP domains. So which means by July 2021, the entire EXIP ecosystem is going to go out to the market. So EXIP is also having an intention to launch a cryptocurrency exchange under the brand name of EXIP. But this can be considered as a pet project of project EXIP, and the timeline and the intensivity of this project could vary in future, but roughly for the moment we are planning to launch this cryptocurrency exchange also by January 2022. Let's have a journey on the launched EXIP domain reservation system. To go to the domain reservation system of EXIP, firstly we have to go to the official website of EXIP. So you can use any of the prevailing browsers and go to this website. So you just have to type exip.live on your browser. So this is the official website of project EXIP. So you can get all the details of the project in this website: the token economy, the roadmap, the team members, EXIP partners. Likewise, you have all the information about the project in this website. So if you are to go to the domain reservation system of EXIP, you have to press the reserve icon here, as you see on the screen. So this is the domain reservation system of EXIP. So for the moment you can only reserve top level domains or TLDs in this system, because as the first step EXIP only launched the TLD reservation system because there is no point of offering a domain name reservation facility yet, because we have to sell some TLDs first to the market, then only there will be a value for domain names under TLDs. So this is for the first time in the history that anybody can use a domain reservation system and buy TLDs at a convenient price as $1. Okay, let's take a look at the financials of the project. Firstly, let's identify revenue streams of project EXIP. So we have identified 4 main types of revenue streams. Firstly, token sales revenue, the revenue we expect from selling EXIP tokens. This is a revenue stream which is quite sizable, but this is not going to be a continuing source of revenue. This will flow to the business only during the period of initial token offering. The value of all the tokens we are expecting to sell to the market is closely $30 million. Then the second source of revenue is domain sales revenue. This is the main source of revenue. This is expected to grow over time in future. Then, as I mentioned before, we have an intention to introduce a cryptocurrency exchange under the brand name of EXIP. So if we introduce this by January 2022, there will be a listing fee revenue and token exchange commission revenue or cryptocurrency exchange commission revenue. So these are the only revenue streams that we have considered in our predictions, but in addition to this there could be other revenue streams that we have not captured, such as banner adverts and the various revenues from the EXIP browser, and we can charge a commission on hosting services we provide. And lastly, domain auction commission. Domain auction commission is actually the commission that we can charge when there are domain transactions between users. Alright, let's see how we are going to spend your investment. So as you already know, we are going to raise 200 million for this project at this stage, so which is an amount somewhere close to $1 million. So as you can see, we spend this on expenses related to the launch, especially the marketing campaign we have planned to bring this product to the market. So let's take a look at the financial performance of the project. So as you can see, in the first year, in 2021, we are expecting a sizable revenue like $30 million. This is mainly because the token sale will take place during this year. In 2022, there is a slight drop in revenue because this token revenue will not be there from 2022 onwards. But as we can see, we can expect the domain sales revenue to grow over time. If we talk about the profit, in 2021 we can expect a sizable net profit somewhere close to $29 million, and in 2022 10 million, and 2023 150 million. Likewise, this is expected to grow above $1 billion by 2025. Okay, let's see the difference between the revenue and profit, basically the cost element of this project. So now you see on the screen, the main cost of this project is actually the delegation of revenue for the community. So as I once mentioned, this project is run by the community on behalf of the community. So out of the revenue that we generate from this project, we have planned to stake the node runners and token holders through smart contracts to encourage them to support this ecosystem in future. So this revenue share will grow up to 50% of revenue over time. So this forms the majority of cost of Project EXIP. So in addition to that, the only other material expense is the marketing cost. Except for marketing cost and the allocation for community-based expenses, the other expenses are not sizable when they are compared with the revenues. So let's see the investment opportunity you have in Project EXIP. Firstly, you need to understand the company that you are going to invest. So the company that you are going to invest is Mobiglotech Blockchain Corp Ltd, a company incorporated under company laws in Sri Lanka. As you can see, Project EXIP is only one project running under Mobiglotech Blockchain Corp Ltd. In addition to Project EXIP, there are two projects named DevNet and Startup Hut. So these two projects are also blockchain projects, and both of them are startup funding platforms using blockchain technology. Alright, so before you invest, you need to know the shareholding structure of this company. So let's take a look at how the shares are distributed in this company. So definitely there will be a share allocation for the founders of the company, and for the resource team who has contributed especially to Project EXIP is getting some shares. And also, this project is not a project which started recently. So this project has been developed over last 3 years, and there were some investors who contributed to this as seed investors. So these seed investors are also getting a share out of this company. And also there are other resource providers who are getting some sort of a stake out of this company. And finally, as investors, in total you are also getting 20% of a stake of the company. So which means out of all the shares of Mobiglotech Blockchain Corp Ltd, 20% has been allocated for your investment. So let's summarize the investment opportunity we have here. So you are going to invest in Mobiglotech Blockchain Corp Ltd. So that's the company, and under Mobiglotech Blockchain Corp Ltd there are 3 blockchain projects running: EXIP, DevNet and Startup Hut. So the total number of shares to be issued by this company is 10 million number of shares, and the total funding requirement of this company at the moment is 200 million. So this is where you are going to invest, and the company has done necessary arrangements so to secure your 200 million worth of investment with a property of the company valuing 195 million LKR. So which means you are actually investing in a nearly risk-free investment opportunity. So as I mentioned before, the total number of shares allocated for this investment is 20% of total number of shares of the company, so which is 2 million number of shares. So then price per share is accordingly 100 rupees. So you can invest a minimum of 100,000 rupees and a maximum of 200 million rupees. So which means you have to buy at least 1000 shares of this company if you are investing. So your investment will be securitized with the property of the company, and your investment will bring you an ROI of 613%. This is a massive figure, and you can compare this rate with your interest rate of your fixed deposit. Then you will get an idea what sort of a return that you are going to get out of this project. And also, as a bonus to encourage you, Mobiglotech Blockchain Corp Ltd will offer you EXIP tokens free of charge amounting to the value of your investment. So which means in addition to the shares that you are getting, you will be getting EXIP tokens exactly to the value of your investment, which means You should never miss this investment opportunity. Okay, let's take a look at the dividends that you can expect from this share investment. So in the first financial year, the company is committed to distribute minimum of 30% of net income to shareholders as dividends. Going forward, in future years, the company is committed to distribute a minimum of 40% of net income to shareholders as dividends. Also, I have to make a special note that you already know the token offering of EXIP is going to take place during the first financial year or in 2021. So we have planned an interim dividend which values exactly the value of your investment just after the ITO. So which means if you invest 100,000 today in this company, you will get a dividend valuing 100,000 just after the ITO. So then going forward, you will be entitled to the final dividend of the company. So this final dividend is also expected to grow to an unbelievable figure by 2025, as you see on the table. So let's see how you can invest in this company's shares. So you can do it online conveniently. Let's take a look. Okay, let's see how we can apply for this company's shares online conveniently. Firstly, you have to go to the official website of Mobiglotech Blockchain Corp Ltd. So you just have to type www.mobiglotech.com. So this is the official website of the company. In this website, so you can see in the corner there's a tab called Join Us. So if you are to invest, you have to go to this tab. So for you to know the procedure of investing, you can click on this How to Invest tab and see the instructions that you have to follow to submit your share application online. So according to that, firstly you have to do is creating an account in Mobiglotech system. So here you can see this link, just click on that. So now you have to fill all your details here and provide your email address. Then once you click register, you will receive an email to verify your email address. So once you verify your email address, you have to log in to your profile by entering your email address and password again here. So now this is your investor's profile. So here again you can click on How to Invest tab to get guidelines on how to invest. Also, to know the terms of this investment, you can click on this Terms of Investment button. So these are the investment terms applicable for this particular share investment. So once you have this account, your next step is to complete your profile. You can do this by clicking on this icon here. So you have to fill all these information step by step and complete your account. So once you are done with filling all your information, then the next step is to submit your share application or share order. To do that, you have to click on this icon you see on the screen. Once you have a completed profile, you will be allowed to fill this form. Then you have to put the number of shares that you are willing to buy and the amount of investment. Then the next step is depositing money to the bank account to the value of your investment. Once you fill all these data, you will get the bank account of the company. You have to deposit money to that account. Once you are done with that, just come back to your profile and you have to upload the deposit slip to your share order that you have created here. So this is the end of the process. So once you upload your deposit slip, we will send you a message to your email confirming your investment, and within 3 months you will receive your share certificate. So these are the simple steps that you have to follow to invest in shares of Mobiglotech Blockchain Corp Ltd. If you have any questions related to this project, you can call us anytime, and thank you very much for reaching us.